We're back with more 2-year-old stakes action here at the spa. Let's go. Hey all, welcome back. If you followed along for the Schuylerville, top two picks made up the exacta. If you've watched Colin's video, we hit the double, which paid $15 for every dollar, which was solid. So we're going to keep with the trend and we're going to stick with the 2-year-old racing. We got the grade 3 Sanford this Saturday, July 16th. We got a full field of 12. And right off the bat, I'm not ultimately impressed with anybody in this field coming into this race. Maybe that will change after, but I'm definitely gonna take some swings against the likely favorite Forte, even though he is in my top four selections. But let's get started. The number one is Boppy O for Mark Cassie. Gets Dylan Davis riding, and as much as I like this horse has been working good, and I'm not going to talk you off him because you're going to get a price. He's probably going to be every bit of that 15-1 morning line. I think he just has a lot to do. He broke from the outside last time, and he was able to kind of sit right off the pace and just swing by the rest of the field late. He is a half to Papa's Cap, who's run second behind Jack Christopher in his last two starts. Just I don't from the rail. He might get a good trip if the pace is hot. Just not for me. He is sired by Bolt de Oro, also, who's near the top of the freshman sire list. But I think that one, I think this horse wants longer, and two, I don't think this race is going to set up for him. So I'm not using him. I can understand if you are though. The number two is Major Dude, one of the two Todd Pletcher runners in here. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of these Todd Pletcher horses that he starts at Monmouth. He did okay on debut. The dam's best foal was ran on turf. Highest buyer on the dirt has been a 67. And a 67, in my opinion, is not going to win this race. I'm not using him. If you like this Pletcher, though, it should be the higher price of the two Pletchers. This one's just not for me. Like Boppio, I think he's going to have to improve too much and will have to pass multiple horses late to win. So, not for me. The number three is a Great Navigator, and he's also shipping in from Monmouth. His debut race was not that strong, in my opinion. The third place winner did come back to win, which is a good sign, but did not get a great buyer out of that win. I'm a little skeptical, but you're going to get a price on him, kind of like Boppio. If you like him, I'm not going to talk you off of him. He could get a good trip. I do like that he was still moving good late. He wasn't begging for the wire. He was drawing off. So at a price, I can definitely see using him, especially if you're going to play like a key exacta and use him underneath. He's not for me though, personally. I think he's going to be up against it, and I think he faced a much weaker field that day at Monmouth. So I will not be using, but won't talk anybody off of him. The number four is Forte for Todd Pletcher. Your likely post-time favorite. He's also the morning line favorite. Won very, very easily on debut. And I have him third, but I'm not a huge fan. The second place finisher came back to finish second at a short price at Monmouth, and the third place finisher ran third at a big price at Parks next time out. He just, in my opinion, he just seems like a turf horse. The dam is sired by Blame. He was definitely a turf sire, in my opinion. Violence can kind of go either way. I think this horse wants turf. I get why he's in this spot. It's Ripoli and St. Elias stable, and they spend big money on horses, and they're hoping for stakes winners. Irad keeps them out, which is a good sign. He's my third choice. I do think there is a lot of talent here. I just think in a full field of 12, to take 2 to 1 or 9 to 5, like he'll be bet down to, I think is very tough. He's not for me. I'm probably only going to use him underneath on exactas as my third choice. I'm going to try to get out of this leg using my top two selections, personally. So I think he's a horse. If you're going to use him on pick fours and pick fives, you kind of have to single. I don't think you're going to get value if you use him defensively. So he's. I think he'll be tough, but I do think he's beatable here. He only got an 81 buyer for that debut win, and the horses that ran out of his race. The second place finisher ran back and got a 53, and the third place finisher ran back and got a 38. So maybe that 81 isn't really an 81. Was what I'm kind of getting at. So I'm putting him third. I'm not using him on my pick fives though. The number 5 is Curly Jack, and Curly Jack looks fast. I do like him. Amos and Gaffleone are a great team when they team together. He definitely gets a jockey upgrade to Gaffleone today. His maiden win at Churchill was impressive. His work since then have been all right. My issue is there is a lot of speed in here, and I don't know if he's going to be able to go gate the wire here. So that's why I'm not using him. I If I was going to play a deep ticket with like 5 or 6 of these runners, Curly Jack would definitely be like that fifth or sixth horse I use. It might be last horse on my ticket. I'm not, but if I was, I definitely do think this horse has a chance. I don't like going that deep on tickets. So for that reason, I'm not using him. But if he shakes clear early and nobody else runs with him, I can definitely see this horse going gate the wire. The number 6 is Mo Strike for Brad Cox, sired by Uncle Mo. Flo is here for it, which is a good sign that Flo comes in. I'm not a huge fan of this one though. The only winner out of his last race was like the 8th or 9th place finisher, came back to win at a small track next time out and only threw up a 59 buyer. Uh not a strong race he's coming out of. He won impressively though, and he was able to fight. He kind of dueled for the pace on the pace the entire way. I like that he wheeled him back with this 5 furlong work at Churchill before shipping him in. Uh, he looks tough. He's just not for me. Flo really, in my opinion, hasn't had a ton of success here at Saratoga in the past. So I know he had Gun Runner, but besides that, I feel like Flo is not phenomenal when he rides here. So I'm gonna pass. But if you do get every bit of that 8 to 1, he's another one kind of like Curly Jack that would be borderline like my fifth or sixth, like maybe last horse on a deep ticket for a pick five. The other thing I do like about him, he did break from the far outside post in his debut, and he does get a more favorable post today. But again, I don't think he beat much. And I think if he duels with the lead with like Curly Jack or he tries to, I think they burn each other up. The number 7 is Prove Right. Justify sired horse. You won the Justify won the Schuylerville on opening day. He's got that 3 and 36 workout coming into this. I'm not a huge fan. He's really gonna have to improve. He does have the experience. He's run twice. He's won twice already, which is a good sign. I mean, they definitely he's definitely improved over his first 2 starts, but nothing great in my opinion. All the other from his nobody else has run back from his last race, but from his debut race, he's one of 2 horses to win. His buyer is the best by far with that 63 buyer. The next closest to him who have run back out of his debut race is a 56. And again, I don't think a low 60 buyer is going to win this race. I think you're going to be looking at like probably mid 70s will win this. So he's not far off. He's going to be a price, and he's going to be able to sit off the pace. So if you like him, I'm not going to talk you off a 30-1 shot. You'll get every bit of that 30-1, in my opinion. He's just not for me. I think there's better long shots in here. The number 8 is I'm Wide Awake for Anthony Dutrow. Gets Flavian Pratt in the irons. Had Rosario last time. I like how this horse has been training since his maiden breaking score. Pretty much went gate to wire, was a half length behind the leader at the first call, but then took over. Was eased late, which was impressive. Sired by Lauban. Lauban been quietly very good as a sire, but not a nobody's really run back out of that race. Like the second to last place finisher ran back and ran fourth next time out. So not terrible. The buyer came back pretty slow. The race ultimately, in my opinion, was pretty slow. They went 22.5 for the opening quarter, and then they slowed it down to almost 46 and 5. Weren't going all that fast. He's gonna have if he runs another 46 half, he is not going to be on the lead, and he'll have to come from off the pace. You do get Flavian Pratt at 20-1 though in a stakes race, which is never a bad thing. Uh, he's teamed up with Dutrow 4 times over the last year, and they've won 3 of them. So again, not a bad combo here. I I don't think I would use this one at a price. I did like him on debut, and I had him on debut, but I think this one's a little bit outclassed here. I will look elsewhere. The number 9 is Demo a Firenze, Adamio a Firenze. This horse is a 3/4 brother to Grade 1 winner Firenze Fire. Has word was out on debut, and he did not disappoint. My one negative on him is that Irad jumps off to ride for Rapoli. Jose gets them out today, but again, I get why he is running for Rapoli. Why he picked Rapoli. Rapoli gives him a lot of horses. Uh, Mr. Amore stable doesn't have as many, so I understand that. I like him a lot, and he is my top pick in here. I know the debut was in the slop, and he just absolutely obliterated that field. But he's been working great since. He was working great before. They Kelly Breen is very high on this horse. I think this horse is the real deal. Firenze Fire, as we know, is a grade 1 sprinter. I think this horse is definitely graded stakes caliber, especially what I saw on debut. I don't think he needs the lead. He got the lead easily in the debut. Breaking from the outside, I think he's going to be able to sit outside all the other speed and kind of just sit 2 or 3 wide and just pass everybody late. I think he's very classy. He's going to be second choice in my opinion. I don't think he gets bet down farther than Forte. I think this horse is the goods. He's my top pick in here. The number 10 is Roman Giant for Steve Asmussen. He's got the most experience out of anybody in this field. He's got 4 career starts. Took him 4 times to break his maiden. He loses Gaffleon. He gets Lascano today, and I think this horse is just overmatched. Personally, I want nothing to do with this horse. He seems like he's a need the lead type. He seems like he doesn't like to pass horses. I don't think he's quick enough to get the lead, and if he is, there's no way he's going to be able to sustain it, in my opinion. Uh, so for that reason, I'm not using him. He did run a 68 buyer last time. If he improves, yeah, maybe he can be right where I think he needs to be to win here with that like mid 70 range. But the only horse to run out of his maiden breaking race ran a 38 buyer. So I'm not overly confident that this horse is going to improve. And they also started him on the turf based on the pedigree. I guess it could go either way with Carpe Diem on the hot top and out of a Ghost Zapper Dam. Horse has definitely run better on the dirt so far, but I don't think he really beat anything. And again, he doesn't seem like he likes to pass horses. I'm not using him. The number 11 is Put the Blame on Me for Jeremiah Englehart. Gets Sean Bridgman. Won his debut at Parks and won easily. Loses Jose Ortiz though, who jumps on my top pick, which is, in my opinion, not a great sign. The second place winner came back to run third. The fifth place finisher came back to run fourth. Neither of their buyers were very good. He only got a 46 buyer on debut. I think he needs to improve about 30 points to win here. He's not for me. I get taking the spot. You got a horse that won impressively on debut at a smaller track. You take a shot at a greatest stake at Saratoga. He's not for me. Another one that I think is going to try to get to that early lead and just simply won't be able to. The number 12 is Valenzuela for Rudy Rodriguez, and he's kind of my mid-price horse I'm going to be using. I get he's breaking from post 12, but he's been able to stalk in the past. He's coming out of a stakes race. He ran in the 150K Tremont last time out at Belmont, and he finished a good third out of a 7-horse field. Nobody's run back out of that race yet, but he should get a similar trip. He gets Rosario again, which is a good sign that Rosario stays on. He's already on the outside, so I think Rosario won't try to split horses here, and I think he'll just kind of tuck this horse in behind and make one big run late. He's got the pedigree to go farther. I just like that he's able to stalk, and he's been able to do it in both of his career starts. He's coming out of stakes company, so he does have experience against a field similar to this. I just think at a price he's worth using, especially since he has shown to be able to sit off. Rosario is always solid in stakes races, and he should be a bit of a price. I bet he drifts up off that. I bet we get more like we get between 6 and 8 to 1 on this one. So that's my analysis on the Grade 3E Sanford this Saturday, 7/16. My top selections are at the bottom. I am going 9, 12, 4, and 1 as my top 4. Again, I'm going to try to get out of this leg using just the 9 and the 12 on my pick 5s. And that's who Colin will be doing an analysis on race number 9, believe he told me. And for the doubles, that's who I would use. I would use the 9 and the 12 and wheel that with Colin's selections. So good luck this Saturday at the spa, and I will see you next time.